Preface of A Little Candy Book for a Little Girl. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. A Little Candy Book for a Little Girl by Amy L. Waterman. Preface. The publishers wish to call the attention of the little candy maker to the appendix of this book. The United States Food Administration, while it does not object to a moderate use of sugar in candy making, strongly advises that it be used sparingly in order that our soldiers and allies may be provided with this energy-giving food that they require. Accordingly, a number of recipes requiring a small quantity of sugar, or eliminating it entirely, have been prepared under the direction of this able administration, and the publishers, glad to cooperate in every way, take pleasure in incorporating these recipes and suggestions as an appendix. It should be noted, however, that the author has furnished throughout the book a number of recipes that conform in every way to the suggestions made by the government. End of preface.
Chapter 1 of A Little Candy Book for a Little Girl. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. This has been read by Rosalind Carlyle. A Little Candy Book for a Little Girl by Amy L. Waterman. Chapter 1 Cool Weather Candies. Betsey Bobbitt was a little girl whose real name was Elizabeth, but who, whenever she had anything to tell, came rushing to her mother and bobbed about so much, just could not keep still, that she earned the name Betsey Bobbitt. Now, the funny part about the nickname was that it was not always appropriate. It only fitted when she came bobbing in with, "Oh, mother," and back and forth she would bob, well, if you ever saw a restless tiger at the circus or at the zoo pace back and forth in his cage, bobbing his head, you will know just how Betsey Bobbitt looked as she told her little story. Like most little girls, Betsey Bobbitt would often run errands for the neighbors, and nearly always they would insist upon giving Betsey Bobbitt a penny, saying, "Thank you, dear. Now buy yourself a stick of candy." Poor Betsey Bobbitt! How she did wish she might buy the candy, because if there was anything Betsey Bobbitt liked, it was candy. And poor mother, how she wished the neighbors would not be so kind, or rather unkind, for she had tried ever since Betsey Bobbitt first tasted candy to let her eat only those candies that were pure and wholesome. It truly was hard, because while mother had carefully explained that penny candies were unsafe for little children to eat on account of the cheap, impure materials used in the making, as well as the bright, dangerous colors used upon the outside to make them look attractive, still Betsey Bobbitt could not understand why other little girls and boys were allowed to eat them. Mother said she was sure the other mothers of little children did not realize how harmful they were, because if they did, they would never allow their little girls and boys to eat them. So Betsey Bobbitt tried to feel that mother was right about it, but she couldn't quite forget those sticks of candy. One afternoon in early September, Betsey Bobbitt and several little schoolmates, on their way home from school, were very busily engaged in talking. And what do you think they were talking about? They were discussing what they wanted to do when they grew up. At first, Betsey Bobbitt was very quiet. This was most unusual, but she listened attentively to the plans of all the others. Just then they came to a candy shop, in which was displayed a most tempting array of candies. Like a flash, Betsey Bobbitt
Sample complete. Ready to continue?